Yes, Lazy Dog Restaurant and Bar is an extremely dog-friendly establishment, but that's certainly not the chain's only unique selling proposition. Rest assured there's plenty of delicious food and ingenious cocktails for people to enjoy. Here's absolutely everything you need to know about this popular pooch-centric eatery. Here's some news your pooch can definitely get behind. In the patio space of Lazy Dog Restaurant and Bar, furry guests have their very own menu.
We have an amazing menu for our pups, and it's food for people that we serve to dogs.
The menu includes grilled chicken, brown rice, and grilled hamburger patties. And believe it or not, all those treats are under $5. In late 2019, Lazy Dog also started a club for dogs called Pepper's Pack, named after founder Chris Sims' own dog, Pepper. Members can purchase their dog meals for only $2, and they're treated to play packs that include 2 dog toys, 2 bags of treats, and 1 chew each quarter. That's really not a bad deal at all, is it? The spring and fall menus at Lazy Dog are significantly different, and the chain really likes to switch things up on the regular.
This is our wintertime play on street corn.
Oh, look at the color, it just pops.
In the spring, cocktails feature everything from fresh peaches to elderflowers. Crushed sweet peaches are also included in dishes like burrata with roasted beet salad. Meanwhile, the spring menu brings a generous amount of in-season veggies to the table, serving up some truly mouth-watering fare that you won't be able to find anywhere else. In the fall, you can order some scrumptious butternut squash soup and stuff yourself with lamb shank pot pie. So many delectable dishes to choose from. According to the Orange County Register, Lazy Dog changes up its menu twice a year, adding about 15 new items each time and introducing fabulous new dishes all year long. What a great way to keep things interesting and very delicious. As you probably know, most chain restaurants don't prepare food from scratch, and that's a crying shame. Well, Lazy Dog Restaurant and Bar takes pride in its nearly 100% scratch kitchen. Heck, even the condiments are made inside the building. Executive Chef Gabriel Caliendo is the talented man behind the menu, and he conceptualizes each and every item you see on the menu.
Creativity that I have here for food and beverage development is unbelievable.
The interior of every Lazy Dog Restaurant and Bar was inspired by the Rocky Mountains. Sean Montez, Lazy Dog's regional culinary director, told the Gwinnett Daily Post, "A lot of the architecture in this building is based on existing buildings in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Inside, there are fireplaces, ledge stone, and chandeliers crafted with aspen logs reminiscent of cozy mountain lodges."
You're typically not surprised to see all the good food laying around here at Lazy Dog.
Keeping in line with the theme, sculptures of horse heads and deer heads are made with bits and pieces of metal, and they were all created by artist Terry Jones. Meanwhile, you can and should expect the decor to feature a pronounced dog theme throughout the space. Thirsty? Lazy Dog Restaurant and Bar partners with select breweries to sell exclusively crafted beers. What's more, in early 2019, they introduced a highly convenient beer club that lets you take home a kit of 8 craft beers sourced from 4 different breweries. And each and every one of those beers was made for Lazy Dog. While craft beer has always been a major focus for Lazy Dog, it sounds like the idea of starting a beer club actually came much later. In his address at the 2019 TRA Marketplace, Lazy Dog founder Chris Sims revealed one of the main reasons he decided to start the club, explaining that, with minimum wage increasing and the operating environment not getting any cheaper, we needed a way to boost revenue within the box that we were building. And so that was really the birthplace of our memberships. As of January 2020, there were nearly 40 Lazy Dog restaurants spread across 7 states: Colorado, Georgia, Illinois, Nevada, Texas, Virginia, and the company's hometown of California. Although many restaurants operate on a franchise basis, that's actually not the case for Lazy Dog Restaurant and Bar. In 2019, founder Chris Sims told Forbes, "My feeling is our concept is too complicated for franchising. In order for us to deliver that wow experience for our guests, we have to control it from soup to nuts."
We try to bring home that home good foods, that like pot roast, meatloaf, yet we bring some innovative flair to it as well.
In the first decade since it was founded in 2003, Lazy Dog grew to 12 restaurants with the help of funds from friends and family. The very first restaurant cost $2 million to open, while each additional restaurant required about $4 million. In 2013, Sims partnered with private equity firm Brentwood Associates. As he explained to Forbes, "They're a majority owner. They add value, but they let me run the company the way I want to run it." Lazy Dog Restaurant and Bar founder Chris Sims told KFI AM 640 that he's a 4th-generation restaurateur. It turns out that his great-grandfather was in the restaurant business in Chicago. Meanwhile, his grandfather was involved in the coffee shop business in Los Angeles. Last but not least, his dad founded the Mimi's Cafe chain. After graduating from Cornell University's hospitality school, Sims considered moving to New York for a job in finance. But he switched gears and started focusing on the restaurant biz. Ultimately, he decided he wanted to start his very own restaurant, but he needed to get some experience first. So he went to work for P.F. Chang's.
This is P.F. Chang's, with authentic dishes, family meals, and shareable favorites.
During his experience managing the La Jolla, San Diego location of the chain, he learned some key lessons in restaurant management. Speaking to KFI AM 640, Sims recounted being offered a life-changing opportunity, the chance to be the first operating partner in a new venture called Payway in Scottsdale, Arizona. When Sims told his dad that they were willing to trust him with the brand new concept, his dad sagely replied, "Chris, if they are willing to do that, why aren't you willing to take the chance?" That's when Chris realized he was ready to open his very own restaurant. And the rest, as they say, is history. Those who frequent Lazy Dog Restaurant and Bar know that they get their pork belly from Beeler's Farm. And they know their delicious beans come from a company called Zerson Idaho Heirloom Beans. Those pretty flower petals that add a pop of color to the cocktails, those are from Fresh Origins. So how do customers know all this stuff? Well, Lazy Dog's seasonal menus make a point to inform patrons of the farmers, growers, and ranchers that the chain regularly partners with. When the 2019 spring menu was released on the restaurant site, Lazy Dog announced that we want to celebrate the legacy of American agriculture. And if you take a look, you'll see that the official site is filled with personal stories from the farmers, who source their fresh produce and meat. Some examples include the tale of John Flocchini, who runs Durham Farms in Wyoming and provides the restaurant with bison.
Why a bison ranch? What makes them so majestic? You see them and you know it's one of those things.
Then there's Catherine Harper, who manages Harper Feeders in Colorado and provides Lazy Dog with lamb. In 2019, Lazy Dog's creative director, Rebecca Sims, took her team on a journey across 9 states in 14 days and logged their journey every step of the way. During this exciting adventure, they personally met with Lazy Dog's vendors to hear and share stories. These initiatives no doubt satisfy millennials' desire for food transparency, and millennials just so happen to be Lazy Dog's target market. In 2014, Lazy Dog Restaurant and Bar released a special clean cocktail menu featuring drinks that were less than 150 calories each. The choices included a concoction called Clean Mary, which, if you haven't guessed, is their own super fresh take on the Bloody Mary. According to Eat Drink OC, it's made with Rain Organic Cucumber Vodka, tomato juice, hand-muddled cucumber, fresh squeezed lemon juice, jalapeno, and black sea salt rim. Best of all, this tasty treat only packs 104 calories. Meanwhile, the Spike Matcha Green Tea is also available for your delectation, and that comes in at only 124 calories. Regarding that refreshing beverage, Executive Chef Gabe Caliendo told Eat Drink OC, "All of the drinks on the menu are the result of months of hard work and tinkering in the test kitchen to ensure that each cocktail is as refreshing and craveable as all the Lazy Dog favorites." For a while, Lazy Dog was offering what they called the nutritious and delicious menu, and every single item clocked in at less than 650 calories apiece. Despite the fact that the menu is rounded out by seemingly decadent dishes, like the Thai chicken salad. For the record, this delicious recipe only packed 440 calories, if you can believe it. Although the restaurant has since phased out its lower calorie offerings, you can still find the nutritional information for all of their food and drink right there on the restaurant's website. According to a 2019 survey by OnePoll commissioned by Sweet Earth Foods, about 34% of millennials have cut down considerably on meat consumption. As the New York Post reports, 36% of millennials have shifted their focus to leafier options when it comes to their diet.
They're kind of moving towards like the plant-based side of things.
Okay, good for them.
Oh, and speaking of good, Lazy Dog Restaurant and Bar founder Chris Sims revealed at the 2019 TRA Marketplace that the restaurant is also moving toward what he called vegetable-centric entrees. These days, Lazy Dog offers theoretically tasty vegan versions of some very familiar non-vegetarian dishes. As Sims explained, the restaurant took the idea of a conventional spaghetti and meatballs dish and replaced it with a fully vegan spaghetti made with spaghetti squash. The so-called meatballs are made with roasted beets and a mix of brown rice and black beans. In a word, yummers. And somehow it all gets even more delicious. The popular chicken tostada was also given a creative twist as black bean jackfruit tostada. As you can see, it looks and feels just like a meat patty, but it's nonetheless completely vegan. What's more, the Nashville Hot Chicken has a new meatless cousin. This is the Nashville Hot Portobello, which is made with a buttermilk battered mushroom in place of chicken. We're so there. The story so far: Chris Sims and his father Thomas Sims opened the first Lazy Dog restaurant and bar in Huntington Beach, California in 2003. In an interview with KFI AM 640, Chris revealed that it took $2 million to open the first restaurant. Armed with a shrewd business plan, he approached all of his friends and family for funds, ultimately raising $25,000. Chris explained that, "My dad was definitely a part of that and played such an important role in supporting me as I was building this business." Just as they opened their 4th and 5th restaurants, the Great Recession struck. In the same interview, Chris recalled that they had already signed 4 leases and needed a whopping $12 million in order to build the restaurants. As Chris puts it, "The stock market has crashed. everybody sold out. So now they've got all of this cash. We're the only investment they've got that is actually still returning money and still taking care of them. As a result, Chris was able to raise all $12 million. Recession be damned. That's pretty darn impressive. As we mentioned, Chris Sims and his father opened their first restaurant in the early 2000s, and originally it was named Lazy Dog Cafe. The name was subsequently changed to Lazy Dog Bar and Restaurant in 2012. Sims came up with the Lazy Dog name while on a skiing trip in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. As the Los Angeles Times reports, he had just returned to his lodge to find Maddie the family dog resting comfily in front of the fireplace. Something clicked right then and there as he observed that black Labrador retriever. In an interview with the Chicago Tribune, he recalled thinking to himself, "I wish there was a place where everyone could enjoy life as much as that lazy dog." At the 2019 Texas Restaurant Association Marketplace, Sims said people initially thought the restaurant was either a pet supply store or a hot dog joint. Nevertheless, he felt the name was still a good fit for his restaurant. Believe it or not, calling the restaurant Lazy Dog wasn't intended to illustrate the fact that it's a very, very dog-friendly chain. According to Sims, it was actually to appear easygoing and approachable. "We imagine that dogs absolutely love coming to this place, and the food almost certainly beats the stuff they're served at home."
They love puppy chuck wagons, crunchy rings, meat-like morsels, and the delicious gravy when you add warm water.
With its sophisticated menu, full bar, wide craft beer selection, and oversized windows like in a Rocky Mountain lodge, Sims was also concerned that people would think it was a very serious and stuffy family restaurant. Obviously, it's not serious or stuffy at all, and neither is its clientele. Would you just look at that sweet little face? Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more MASH videos about your favorite restaurants are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.